to use PaperRater if you are interested. So again, this is not going to give you your final grade. I will help to determine that. However, this gives you a good feel for, how does your paper look as a whole rather than just in parts, which is what Grammarly does. So it says get started below. So you're going to copy whatever it is that you want to do. So you can copy your whole paper. I'm just going to copy a section of mine and paste it in. Once it's in, you just scroll down below. The level, you are in 8th grade. You are writing an essay. Plagiarism optional. You can choose that if you want to. I skip it for now. However, you may want to use it to make sure you're not plagiarizing anything. You click that I have read and agreed, and then you get your report. This does take a little bit of time. Sometimes if you're lucky, rather than a wheel right here, you get a little Pac-Man and you get to watch him eat his power pellets. So just waiting for everything. Again, it does take a moment, so you do have to have patience. So here's what I gave it. You'll notice that any spelling errors should be highlighted in red. I do not have any because I used Grammarly. Okay, it does give me a grammar suggestion that's highlighted here in green. However, you want to double check before you just go through and make changes, because here it's telling me, it says I should change this to have, but if you look, I'm using a quote, so I definitely don't want to change that. And to be honest with you, some of the time it's not correct, so don't just throw it in there. You might want to double check it. Word choice. This is telling me that I'm using appropriate words. Like I don't have a lot of inappropriate words, misspellings, cliches, things like that. Like I'm using positive word choice there. So you want a higher score in that. Style, don't always be offended by this one. We use transitions, but we don't use them at the beginning of every sentence because that's overuse. So here I have a transition at the beginning of this sentence first, and then I have therefore. So I'm only using 2 transitional phrases. However, when I start my commentary with at this point in the story, things like that, that is a transition. It's just a more sophisticated one, so it might not pick up on them. And then vocab, it's telling me I'm using a really strong vocabulary. That's fantastic. And it'll give you a grade. Now, again, this is not your grade, but this is a good indicator of, do you have a strong paper? If you have a 64, you know you have work to do. If you have a 72, you know you have work to do. If you have an 85, you know you have some work to do. You get into those 90s, it's looking pretty good, but that doesn't mean that everything is perfect about it. Okay, so please consider that and keep that in mind. Just something for you to look at. So again, if you're interested in using this, feel free. If not, make sure that you're using Grammarly and having somebody read it. Thanks.